sack. One of the other news stories from this week during Wednesday's practice, and we're going to pull it up here. If you're on YouTube, that you won't be able to see the sack, but you'll
Right.
see the
Kennedy,
the almost versions of that particular sack.
no,
Yeah, the backstory of this particular thing. Bengals offensive line not doing great. Shamar, let's do that first.
Can I put the song out? The song for this week is "Oops, I Did It Again."
Okay, I got you. Okay, okay. Let's do this part, and this is coming from Bengals media and other media as well. Shamar Stewart might be a beast, and the Bengals need it. That's for sure. Need that to actually happen. Again, you have to balance this against that he's going up against not a great offensive line, but it feels like they might have gotten a diamond in the rough here, yeah, at pick 17, just because his production wasn't there in college. But he's a different level athlete. I think I mentioned on the last pod, like he's his RAS, his relative athletic score is up there, with that dude from the Browns. Like he's an elite athlete. And he just has to be able to put it together, experience, and all those types of things. And if the Bengals get 80% of that dude, like that's amazing. And so he's been dominating in practice. And get to the preview there, he's going to be getting first team reps here now that one of Hutch's favorites, Miles Murphy, is out again with an injury. And so he's going to be there. So in this particular practice or whatever, he is going to beat
the shit.
I don't know. One of the guards. I want to say it was Patrick, but I don't really know. And
right. He beat the whole ass offensive line.
And then he's going to get a little bit off kilter here. He's going to get a little bit off.
I think it threw him off. He was so wide open. He was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. He gets a little bit off kilter. And again, if you're on YouTube now, you can kind of see it. I'll make it a little bit bigger here. This is coming from James Rapine's Twitter feed, True Sports Illustrated. Kind of falling in towards Joe Burrow there, and then you're going to see the fight. Yeah, I mean, he kind of falls. He hits Joe Burrow, and it's going to lead to this fight. Yeah, between the person there, the offensive line.
Look at that hole.
Look at this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, somebody misses the twist. Yeah, and that is Lucas Patrick.
They missed every gravy in the morning.
Yeah. So Lucas Patrick gets mad, and then he should be mad at himself. That he,
Olayed.
Yeah, that he olayed or whatever, and he takes and they start fighting with Shamar Stewart. They get into a football fight. I sent this out into the group chat or whatever. Like football fights are freaking useless too. Which was more useless, a football fight or a
hockey fight?
No, hockey fights are for real. What's more useless, a football fight or a baseball fight? Like, what are y'all doing? Nobody's really fighting here.
But I mean, everybody in hockey and football, they're all armored up.
Yeah, exactly. But football, I mean, hockey, they dropping hands like for real and throwing hands. But yeah,
if I got a helmet on in my whatever, I'm good.
Well. So people are more upset at Shamar Stewart for unintentionally running into Joe Burrow, where y'all should be super upset that Lucas Patrick whiffed on a freaking twist and would have gotten his quarterback absolutely killed if he
that wasn't a deep pass. That was like a 7-10 yard out. Right. So I mean that was a couple of seconds.
Yeah. So and again this slide is going to lead into the next one or whatever. Shamar Stewart didn't talk to the media that day after it happened because he knew everybody's going to ask about it. Right. Ted Karras was like, hey, well, we got to be better. But he was talking more about the offensive line, not necessarily about, Shamar Stewart not doing well.
Right.
And which is both true too. Again, yes, you don't hit the quarterback, but again, he was off. He would have had to throw himself on the ground too, which I guess is what you need to do because obviously you don't want to damage the groceries, and you got to just do better. And then when he did talk to he did speak to Joe Burrow, Shamar Stewart, and he's like, hey, we're fine, do it on Sundays, against obviously the other team, and that was the end of it. But this was a big deal because if it happened, and again, Shemar Stewart's going to have a little bit of shit on him. Well, he's gonna have a little shit on him still because of the holdout. People are gonna be looking for reasons to be mad at him too. Fans. I mean, not necessarily the team. And so, this just kind of came to a head, and whatever. The bigger issue is that the offensive line sucks, huh?
Right. Yeah. I mean, history repeats itself. The first when I saw it and heard about it, I mean, it was like you said. Where were you when 9/11? When was Joe Burrow got hit on as practice? Like, what the fuck? Huh? What? Who, what? So the first thing that came to my mind was that David Pollock hit before the Steeler game in 2005. Was back to the he racked the hell out of the former number 9.
Right.
And there's and everybody got upset at him, and then the next thing you know, that playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, and I just think that people, fans, aren't just I don't put us in this particular category because I think we're relatively sane. I think we're relatively sane. Like, I don't think that we are. I mean, we got some hot takes. Obviously, everybody does, but I don't think that we're like that. So
the man was doing his job.
Right. This is a non-issue. Right. Yeah. Right. This is a non-issue. If he gets hit, it's a problem for the offensive line. It's not really a problem for Shemar Stewart. If you don't want him to hit him, then block him.
Right. Right. I mean, right. I don't know how you could go 60% on that type of stuff. You gotta go. That's what Pollock said. Right. I practice how I play.
Right. And and then yesterday he also had a sack of Joe Burrow, another one. And I'm going to pull this one up too. You can see this one where he, beats. Yesterday, God almighty. Yesterday, Cody Ford is playing right tackle in this particular play, and Lucas Packers is at right guard. And, you can see that this doesn't go well. Right? He just beats him completely around the corner. And then there's the other part of that where he goes around, and that's gonna happen. Cody Ford's a backup, and that's gonna happen. Like, Shemar Stewart's a first round pick with ridiculous athletic talent. Like, he's going to beat Cody Ford a good percentage of the time.
And that's Joe Burrow right there, right?
Correct.
Why in the Honda is Joe Burrow behind the 84 Edsel offense?
Yes,
offensive line.
Well, and if you think about it, and you can see this is another twist. And again, people are, defenses have to be seeing whatever practice they can. But can you see what's happening to Lucas Patrick here, Hodge? It's in slow mo. Look at 62.
He's getting blown the fuck up.
Yeah, that's by Chris Jenkins,
right.
Second round pick last year. Who, again, to be fair, even though he went to school up north, he broke his hand or thumb in the preseason. Like, he was injured most of the season. And, whatever word out of practice is that he's doing much better this year. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. Great. He shouldn't be pushing this man down like he's on
one-handed.
Yeah, this is not even roller skates. He's just literally he's manhandling him. Man, people say that. No, that is being manhandled with one hand.
That's being bitch handled.
Exactly. So, I mean, it did that arachnoid. Like, that's awful. I'm sorry.
And that's a starter, ain't it?
Yes.
That's our starter.
Yes, and he has been the problem, and it leads right literally into the next slide here. Like, we have to make this determination. Hold on, I'm going to stop that share. We have to make this determination.
Lucas Patrick.
Yeah. Okay. So
what is this, like a 5-second slide?
Man, listen, man. Okay, so everybody knew the guards were trash last year. Cordell Volson, bad. They whatever the rankings of guards between Cordell Volson and Alex Kappa, there's 64 starting guards or whatever. They were like in the
65 60s. And 66.
Yeah, they were like in the 60s. They were that bad. Everybody knows. And there's a philosophical issue here with the Bengals, which we'll get to momentarily. So everybody's like, they need a guard, they need a guard, they need a guard. You got to get a guard in free agency. You need a guard, you need a guard, you need a guard. They draft, the Dylan Fairchild from Georgia, and all indications that was a good draft pick. Fine. Get another guard. You only had five, 6 draft picks. They didn't, they drafted 2 linebackers, only drafted 1 offensive lineman, and then they signed Lucas Patrick in free agency. He's 32. Like, oh, well, he didn't allow any sacks with the Saints last year. Okay, he's 32. Nobody was clamoring to get Lucas Patrick when there were other free agent guards out there, and they just flat out didn't do it. They didn't do it. Again, there's a philosophical problem here with the Bengals and guards. They believe in signing tackles, which again, in the past, that was a thing. Like, most of the rushes were coming from the ends. But the league has changed to the point, since so many people are in freaking shotgun all the time, you need to get pressure up the middle. And so that means your guards and centers need to be better. The Bengals don't believe in paying guards.
Defensive tackles these days, especially the ones that come out of the SEC and whatnot, them blanky blanks run 4.5 40s.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're 330 pounds.
Right. And they can get past your guard centers in seconds because they're elite athletes. And again, it's good to have good tackles. And I think we have 2 good enough tackles. I'm not a fan of Ted Karras. I know some people are. I am not.
I ain't.
So now you have like an absolute turnstile at the other guard spot. Like,
not just a turnstile. I mean, that's 7-Eleven open. I mean, if your guy's getting tossed
by Chris Jenkins,
in practice.
So
he about to go see. He about to see Myles Garrett. Or
on several twists. Yeah, I'm lining Myles Garrett over him.
Right.
Because, why am I I'm going to try to get around them both of them 6'8" tackles? No, thank you. But I can get through the middle here and be in Joe Burrow's face within half a second.
Right.
Even in shotgun.
Right. Right. I'm all day.
So again, the Bengals philosophically, they don't pay guards. Eric Steinbach, Kevin Zeitler. You can go through the list. They do not want to overpay for a guard. And that is a philosophical problem because they don't think you can. They think you can just put anybody at guard because they think
guard used to be the position. If you can't make it a tackle,
right.
You're right guard, or you can a life in guard.
Yeah, you're the right fielder or the first baseman.
Right.
You can just be out there and hang out.
All right, just blob there. Don't get tossed.
Exactly.
Like a damn judo throw.
Right. And so again, it's a work in progress with Zach Taylor's quote.
We got less than 20 days to work it out.
Correct. And now we have injuries. Volson, who sucks, is injured, and he would be like the backup for both tackle spot or both guard spots. Cody Ford, who clearly I have no idea why they're in love with this man. He could play either position in a pinch, but if he has to play for any extended period of time, they're screwed.
Right.
And so now you have, again, you're good at tackle, whatever you feel about center, and then Dylan Fairchild or whatever is whatever he is and through one preseason game. But right guard is a massive problem at this point. And so what do? Do you sign somebody? Do you trade somebody? You got to do something. I don't know if they were waiting on Brandon Scherf to see if he was going to decide, but then he decided he was going to retire. So that's not an option.
All right. Carmen Jackson's in Miami.
Jackson Carmen. But yeah, CC, I got to play yesterday. So this is bad. You got to do something. There's no way that you can roll this group out at this point, at all.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Because what can we do?
Yeah, it has to be some version of a free agent or some older dude that's out there that hasn't signed with anybody yet.
So this is what I was gonna bring up. I guess it's a good time to bring it. What is the Burrow effect? Because to bring in these dudes that I'm just playing. I want to play for a contender. I want to play for a ring. Where are these dudes at?
Right.
Because and I'm still halfway good. And we need them dudes.
Yeah, and they want to get paid too, though. And the Bengals just there, we'll give you $1 million to play guard. And an offense is going to be passing 60% of the time. Man, no, thank you. I'm not going to be playing for that little bit amount of money. This is why you get Lucas Patrick. You know what I mean? The safety issue